I'm gonna go over Gong number 5, Kai He, and kind of cover some of the basic details um, and how to do it on the instructions. Okay. So, unfortunately, I only have halfway you can see me, but we'll cover as much as we can, and maybe another time we'll do another video on Song Kong number 5 where someone can actually videotape and show my whole body. But at least we can cover some of the basic instructions and we work slowly from there. So in Song Kong number 5, of course, unlike 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're in a Bing Bu, which both feet are parallel. On number 5, it introduces you to one leg forward, one leg back. That allows for Tai Chi to happen because in Tai Chi, there's always one leg forward and back, okay? Because you have Yang Yao. You can go forward and you can go back. And that provides that change when you have one leg forward and one leg back. The back feet is always approximately 45 degrees. It's not 12 o'clock, it's 45 degrees on the back leg. Like with all the stances that we do, such as low quad, we always want to make sure the knees do not pass the toes. They do not pass the toes. Additionally, they don't swivel left and right. So whether we're sinking, expanding, going down any direction, the knees, they don't swivel left and right. If you do that, you're going to overtax it and stress it, and you'll have knee problems. So they always go in the direction of the toes. That's very important to remember. The stance and the width is about shoulder width, okay? So when we start, we're always in a seated down position. That's part of the low claw, seated down position. That means that your hips, they go in, they do not go out. Once they go out, then number one, you can't expand the Ming Man. Number two, the flow of energy up and down will not happen. The hips, they need to go in. As they go in, your tailbone and your pelvis tucks in very gently, okay? Allowing for the Ming Man to gradually over time expand. Once they expand, then now you have the trunk, which is the most important part of all the 5 bowls, to be in a bowl-like stance. So you have 5 bowls in the body, which they call Wu Gong, the arms, 2, the 2 legs, and the trunk. The trunk is the most important because without that, the other 4 will not be effective. You need the trunk. That keeps everything intact and together. And people ask, how do you get the Ming Man to expand? In the beginning, it's not easy because we're not trained to go there and we're not used to it, of course. But you use your yi nian or your mind intention. That's how you start. And over time, you feel energy going there. Because where the mind goes, the energy goes. Very similar to how we do the wrist joint exercise. We put our mind to our wrist, allowing for energy to go there to help us open the joints. Okay? So that goes just the positioning. The front feet is not exactly 12 o'clock. It curves in a little bit about 1 inch. Okay? So we start 50-50. We sink. And when we go back, we're not going back on the surface because we sink. And now seemingly that we're shifting back, we're already in the internal space because we allow for energy and gravity to go back, then followed by equilibrium. Now we have stability. And when we go forward, we're gathering the energy to go forward. So we're not physically shifting forward. We allow the energy to rebound as it comes through the body, through the fingers. Then the energy guides it forward. We go forward approximately 50%. You go more than that, now you're overcommitting. Because when we're doing the form, like press, 50%. You go further, now you're overcommitting and your alignment is off. So the same thing goes true for this drill, okay? We sit, we sink, we rebound, and then we gather the energy. As we sink, we kai, everything opens, everything expands, the joints, the fascia, we're hanging the muscles. So as we're sinking down, our anchor gets heavier and heavier. Once we reach the bottom of where we want to go, that's a corner. You don't simply go from a corner, you go back up. That's where we have the principle 再松一次. From sinking, we sink again to rebound the energy, to return, rebound and return. And we're constantly doing that. And when you 再松一次, there's no hesitation because 再松一次 allows for the momentum of energy to be one continuous energy. That's what's happening. The height of how you go down, go back, and go forward, you maintain the same height. So you don't go like this, and you don't go like this. That's an exaggeration to make a point. So I'm always at one level height. My arms do not pass my body. Once it passes my body, now it's taking me off alignment. The arms are aligned with the body or a little bit, you could be aligned or right here, but you don't want to pass the body. Otherwise, it changes how you do it and it's not correct. Okay? And at all times, when you're sitting, sinking, and rebounding, that's cultivation of pressing, releasing, allowing you to connect with both energies, yours and Earth's energy. Okay. And as you do it more and you develop the whole program of Song Gong, as you become more Song, you feel that you're constantly releasing, expanding, and as a result, you become more Song, Tong, Hong. Song, which is release and relax. Tong is just a passage that constantly moving. Constantly moving. And Hong, empty. The more empty you are, the more that you can connect and allow to come in, receive. It's very important. So this is Kai He when you're doing it. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things that are going on. So just focus on the fundamentals, the basic. And as you do it more and more, you'll slowly connect with what it represents. Now, another key point is that when you're doing Kai He, yes, you are sinking and rebounding, but you're not linear going forward. If you go down and you just go forward, that doesn't provide for the rolling 8-ball. So when you're sinking, the qua is rotating as you're going back and sinking. And when you're going forward, it's not just linear forward, it's the qua that guides you to go forward. So this way, if you need to continue using the qua to move your opponent or to expand the energy, you can go left or right, depending how you want to use the qua. That's very important. So as you're sinking and going back, the claw, the rolling ball is turning. When you're rebounding to go forward, the claw goes up and it expresses out. So you're constantly doing that. Once you could do it here, you could do it in two-person drills, and you will absolutely do it in the Tai Chi form. Okay? So that's on Song Gong number 5. And I think Bob recorded it, so you can put it on the WhatsApp.
Wait. So while you're also doing that, is the same thing like for all the other things you're saying? The Ming Men is being expanding, right? At the same all the time.
Correct. So whether I'm doing the pendulum and I sink, once I sink, this is expanding out. Okay? When I'm doing elevator, see, I go every time I go down and sink, my Ming Men expands. Okay? Rebounding, see, sinking, expanding, and Ming Men goes out. And on number 4, which I'll talk about very soon and cover all 5, it actually has that purpose when you're doing number 4, cultivation of the rolling 8 ball. When you're doing sweeping, figure 8, Ming Men, and rotation of 转腰, rotation of the waist, you're constantly expanding your Ming Men. And again, the Ming Men plays a very important role because it helps to interconnect all the 5 bowls in the body, allowing for energy to go to your dantian, allowing to leave out of the dantian to have that constant cycle. And otherwise, the energy from the arms and the legs, it doesn't have guidance. It needs to know how to go. And the Ming Men plays the role which some people describe as the gate of life, allowing for energy to flow. So all the Song Gongs do have that, as well as the rooting exercises, rotational rooting, and so forth. Okay?
One
So
more comment. As you're going back, you said you're sinking. Do you do the second sinking also in this exercise?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
so there's the second sinking too. So you're sinking, and then you go sink again before you come back up. Is that right?
Yes. So anytime you're making a transition, so let me make this clear again. So thanks for bringing it up, Bob. Anytime you're making a transition from forward to back to forward, you need to 再松一次 to go to where you want to go. So when you're doing movements like in the form, like in the Yang style, you go from grass first tail right, grass first tail left, ward off, sit back, press, pull, single whip. Every time you make a transition in the set, 再松一次. Because you get to a corner, you don't want to just move from a corner. Otherwise, that'll be physical. 你再松一次, because every corner has a point. Within that point, that's where you 再松一次 in one continuous circle to transition to the other movement. So, yes, it's absolutely done that way, Bob. Okay, hope that helps.
Oh, thank you.
Wayne, I do have a question.
Sure.
Number 5, there's the second part that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Can you demonstrate that? Can you go over that in detail? I mean, it looks simple for you, but when I try to do it, is both my hands coming up, my arms coming up, both hands pointing down. I mean, I don't know what to do.
So you're right. I forgot about the second half. I just did the first half. So thanks for bringing that up, Lenny. Okay. So after we complete the Kai He in the first half, and we go to the second half, right? First talk about the 2 arms. The 2 arms, they don't come up. So I do from the side and angle this table a little bit. The arms don't come up like this. I see some of you don't do it like this. Your 2 arms like a screwdriver, they go down. See? And the reason why you're doing this, right, is because your gong ding is spiraling. It's spiraling from the center. So it just spirals. Okay. And every time you do this, when you're spiraling, you're going deeper into the internal space. The feet, the one that's on the front, it finds a point, and the tip of the toes and the heels, they go to the same point. So when I'm on my heels, I touch that point. When I'm on the tip of my feet, it touches that same point. That's how it was taught to me by Sifu Chen. And when you're doing the second part, what's happening is that the rolling ball is going like this. See, you bring it up, you bring it down, you bring it up, you bring it down. And the back feet, the ground, every time you're doing it, it's learning to pressing, releasing in a stationary position. That's what you're doing. And as a result, every time you do that and you do it correctly with song, what's happening to your anchor? It's getting heavier and heavier and heavier. That second half in some ways is very similar to the single leg stance, because you're really on that one leg and you're learning to sink. And I introduced a new drill yesterday on sinking. When you think you're sinking, and then we do this drill, your body may be sinking, but your arms may not be sinking. So I can see Dana right now, she can do it, because yesterday night, everybody, Mary was able to do it because she understands the details more and more now. But sinking has many different layers. And when you think you're sinking, you are to some degree, but a lot of times people forget to sink their arms. And as a result, you have separation. So if you watch the drills that we did yesterday, there were quite a few on the WhatsApp video, how you put one arm to somebody's arm and you sink. When it's done correctly, it affects the other person's equilibrium. And that's very important to know that, because how you move, you're sinking the same way, because you want to stay connected with Earth's energy. So you don't want your arms to float where there's separation. So in the Song Gong number 5, Kai He, you're constantly doing that. Every time you go back, your whole being, your whole body sinks. Every time you rebound forward, it's your whole unit rebounding. And that's what you're training. And in the two-person drills, we verify to help you to understand and manifest that feeling. So that's on number 5. And when you're standing, Lenny, you're also standing. You are upright, you are straight, but you're not rigid. When you song, see, this comes back very natural. That's what's going to happen. So those are all some of the basic information and details that play out. I'm gonna.
Wayne, one more thing.
Sure.
In one of the classes when you weren't there, Jade mentioned that when we're doing that, she says that when Sifu Chen told her, she was always pulling on her fingers when she's doing that screwing down. He was pulling her fingers out. You have to say your fingers have to go out. So I don't know what she meant by that. So I think it means that you actually physically, I can think you're actually pushing a screw, actually screwing a screw into the ground. I think, right? Is that what she meant?
Yeah, it's just the two arms. It's just an extension of how you release. Okay, Bob, you want to think about it that way. So the arms, it gives the energy guidance to go down because you want to release. That's what it does. So that's why you don't bring it up when you're doing that second part on the Song Gong number 5, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
But the fingers, you want to feel the the energy pulsate and go through the fingers when you're doing it. Because there's two release points that we have in the body, right? We have the yongqun and we have the gong, right? I think I'm saying it right. So those are the two end parts that you have. And you want to feel the energy go to the furthest tips of both parts of the body, the two hands and the 2 feet. And when that happens and you have proper energy alignment, then now the energy starts to flow a lot better. So those are some of the details and the benefits that is part of 5B. But when you do 5A and 5B together, then you put it all in one program, then you'll see how it works. That's what happens, okay?